Well, I could be wrong, but I think we just got our very last commercial for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate before the game actually comes out, which is really, really soon. That game comes out on the 7th of December. I'm very excited. I've already got it pre-ordered digitally, so it's all installed and ready to go. So as soon as that game is available, I can start playing and getting my rear end kicked by all the people out there who are really, really good at the game. Because I'll tell you what, I'm not. I am excited for this game, and this is a 7-minute commercial for Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. It's up on YouTube. There's a link in the show notes if you want to check it out. I'm going to go over the most important things in the commercial from the perspective of I watched the commercial and I was like, oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh, I forgot about that. And there's all these different things that I forgot about. And I'm still really hyped for the game, but I forgot about all this stuff that's going to be in the game. And it's really exciting. So, first off, we already knew, or we already know, that we've got a ridiculous number of characters in the game. And of course, we've got DLC coming as well. But Smash Brothers is not just about the playable characters, it's also about the items. And I know the competitive scene, they do the Omega stages where there's no platforms to jump on. There's no um items where you can pick up and start shooting a blaster or a super scope at somebody. And I understand why they do that, but for me, the filthy casual that I am, I like the items and stuff. I like how chaotic Super Smash Brother ends up being. So I'm excited for all of this stuff that's in here. 55 Pokemon. So that means there's 55 different things that can come out of a Pokeball. And that's 55 different things that are going to interact with the stage in some weird way. I think that that's really cool, and I can't wait to jump in, especially now that I've been playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, which I'm not going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about that on Thursday's show, and hopefully I remember. Actually, you know what? I'll just talk about it now. On Thursday's show, I'm going to have a guest, and the guest and I are going to be talking all about Pikachu. Thursday is, of course, Thanksgiving, and I won't do the show live. So we're going to be recording that show tomorrow. And we won't be recording it live either. There won't be video of it, although I may put some gameplay up behind the audio and throw it up on YouTube for the next episode of Switchcraft. But we'll see. Make sure you stay tuned on my YouTube channel and, of course, the podcast stream as well. So I've been playing Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, and I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to seeing those 55 Pokemon in Smash Brothers. I'm also looking forward to seeing the 59 assist trophies, like Ken, who you throw his trophy out, and he just, or no, not Ken, Guile. You throw him out there, and he just kind of crouches in wait, and anybody who comes near him, he does his that kick where he kicks up high. I think that that's cool. I mean, it's a bunch of different things that you have to be prepared for. Oh, look at that. So and so is on the screen. This is what they do. I have to either avoid them or I have to make sure that I stand behind them. It adds an element of unpredictableness to a fighting game, which I really like that. Uh, don't forget that the stages you can set it up so that the stages morph into each other, where you're playing on one stage and then it slowly changes over into another stage in the middle of a fight. I think that that is so cool, and you never know when that's going to happen, which I think is also kind of neat. They have 32 player tournament mode, which is awesome. I still am wondering if that means we're going to have 32 player tournament modes online. That's very important to me because I don't often get 32 people together in my house to play Smash. Like, that's not something that's going to happen. Not for me anyway. So I hope that we can have 32 players online in Smash. I think that that would be great. Let's see. We also have the classic mode, which is basically how Smash was in the past, where you pick a character and you have a set number of fights that you go through, and as you get through the all these set fights at the end, you fight against Master Hand, and I think in the past also Crazy Hand. I think that that's exciting as well. Then there's the adventure mode, which was kind of lacking last time. Now we've got adventure mode back, and adventure mode has this top-down world view where you are Kirby, the only one who has survived the onslaught of, I forget the character's name, but the Master of Light, I think that they called them. This is the guy that's going around and turning all of the fighters into statues, and then lighting those statues up with like weird red eyes so that we don't know what's going to happen. So there's that adventure mode where Kirby goes through and you end up fighting against stuff in order to unlock fighters, and then use those fighters to unlock more fighters. And that's the single player thing. I think that that's looking really interesting. Something that I think looks really fantastic that I completely forgot about is Squad Strike, which is this 5v5 or 3v3 mode. Where you end up, you select your team of 5, and the other person selects their team of 5, and then you guys try and battle it out. And at like, so let's say I'll do 3v3 because it's easier for me to come up with something. So let's say I pick Pac-Man, Duck Hunt, and Mario as my 3, and you pick Ryu, Ken, and Cloud as your 3. So I guess it's Nintendo versus Capcom. And if you beat me in the first one, then Pac-Man's gone, and now you're fighting against Duck Hunt. But I think that your Ryu will still, like the character will still be on the screen until I beat them, and then now I'm fighting against Ken. And so you kind of work your way to get through somebody's roster. I think that that's a really cool method of playing. And one thing that I hate doing is whenever I'm playing against somebody, when they always use the same character over and over and over, and that's where Smashdown comes into play. I had forgotten about Smashdown. Smashdown is where everybody goes through and they pick their characters, and when you defeat that character is no longer available to be used until the Smashdown is over, which means that you're going to be forced to play on characters that you don't usually play, which I think kind of evens out the playing field a little bit more. And I like that idea myself. I think that's a great idea. They also talked about Spirit Mode, which I didn't forget about. That's the ridiculously confusing and convoluted way where you can adjust how your characters fight. I think it looks really cool. And then the Amiibo mode, which we had on the Wii U, where you tap an Amiibo, you scan it in, and then you can fight against it, or you can have a bunch of Amiibos fight each other, which is kind of neat. And you can use your spirits in order to boost the power of your, I think they called them FP, figure player. I think that's what it stands for. Boost your figure player or your Amiibo fighter. But that consumes the spirits, so that must mean that you can go out and get those spirits again over and over. This game, if it didn't intimidate you already, there's so much. I mean, from what it looks like to me, there is so much that you can do in this game. I think that we are going to be, even if you are not hardcore into the super competitive mode, I think that this is a game that we are going to be playing for a really long time. And even in solo mode, just going through and unlocking everything. And I am really excited, and we have very little time left before we can start fighting each other. By the way, we will be doing tournaments for the Nerd Nest. The Nerd Nest is the name of our Discord community. If you didn't know that, head to runjumpstomp.com/Discord. And once you're there, join our Discord, join the community, introduce yourself in the Nerd Nest, have conversation with people. And when we start the tournament, right now we've got a Diablo tournament going on. But when Smash Brothers comes out, I guarantee we're going to be having a Smash Brothers tournament where we're going to be fighting each other. There'll be some kind of prize. I don't know what it is yet. There'll be some kind of prize, and it's going to be fun. Even if there isn't a prize, it's going to be fun. So make sure that you join our community today. We're going to have a lot of fun there. Smash Brothers Ultimate, man, I'm excited about that game, and I think that this has got to be a 7-minute commercial. This has got to be the last hurrah before they bring the game out. I can't imagine them putting out more information. There's just so much that we've got already. It's information overload, I think.